With Spider-Man Homecoming getting closer and closer, fans have a lot of questions to ask. And with all the rumors going around, a lot of people are wondering, is Venom going to be in Spider-Man Homecoming? That's what we're going to talk about today, and a lot of other Spider-Man stuff here today on the Geek Review. I'm Brad Deaton, and this is a Geek Review. This is where we talk about comic book stuff and movie news. Right now, Spider-Man Homecoming is coming up in 2017. We already know that we have Vulture as the main villain, but they're saying there's going to be two other villains as well. So that leads all of us to wonder, is the fan favorite Venom going to make an appearance? And right now I'm just going to talk about the likeliness of that actually happening. Because Sony rushed a lot of their movies. They had a lot of problems. You have the first Sam Raimi trilogy, and their problem was they didn't set up enough stuff for the sequels. They just took every movie as it came. They used whatever material they wanted, and they didn't use it in sequence. No continuity. In the second movie, you could tell that. They took a lot of stuff that just was out of context according to the first movie. And then the third movie, they just took what was left that they hadn't used yet and just jammed it in. It just didn't mesh well. They never set themselves up for sequels. They didn't worry about it. They just worried about the movie they were making at the time. And it really showed poorly on its, except for Spider-Man 2. It was an amazing sequel. But that worked out good. But it's still, as far as following the comics, they didn't do it straightforward. Then you have the Amazing Spider-Man, which in my opinion, they set up the sequels too much. Every movie was just like a preview for the next. It was just like it was dedicated to seeing to the success of its successor. And that's what hurt it. Because you're like, okay, I get that you're leading up to something, but can we focus on what's happening right now? Because it got kind of stale. And as far as Venom goes, the third movie of the Sam Raimi trilogy butchered it. The second movie, I think they were coming up to using that villain, but they were doing the same thing for the most part that I think Disney's going to do. They want to focus on their own name, their own brand. They want to establish themselves apart from villains that already been used. That's why they're using Vulture. And Disney's already shown themselves to be strong at using no-name characters and making them A-list superheroes. People to thrive for. Guardians of the Galaxy, perfect example. Nobody really cared about Guardians of the Galaxy. It wasn't that good of a comic book. It wasn't that well perceived of a comic book. But as a movie, man, it's a blockbuster hit. And then you got Loki. Loki wasn't that grade A of a villain. I mean, he was right up there. But they made him this dominating force, and it was that people can't get enough of. And that's what I think they're going to do in this one. Do I think that Spider-Man Homecoming is going to have hints and sprinkles of villain to come? Yes, I do. I think they'd be stupid not to hint and not to set up for further movies and not to show us something to make fanboys just start to drool over thinking that they're finally going to see the Venom they deserve. But will we see Venom in this movie? No, I don't think so. I do not think Disney is stupid enough to rush that. I think they know that is a canon character. I think they are sitting their platform, they're sitting the stage, and could we see him in the second movie? Yes, definitely. I think there's definitely a possibility of that. If I was a vet man, I'd say no, we're not going to see Venom in this one. Meet Eddie Brock, that'd be cool. As far as Spider-Man Homecoming, it's coming out for summer 2017. I'm very excited. I think Tom Holland did an amazing job in Civil War. I'm excited to see what Disney's going to do with this character like they've done to so many amazing characters so far. Marvel Cinematic Universe thus far has not done any wrong by me. So I'm very excited to see what they have to come in the future. As we get closer to its release date, we have more rumors and more questions and more footage hopefully soon, because God, I'm itching for a trailer. For more superhero news and reviews, check us out. This has been the Geek Review. See you next time.